Hi guys, I just wanted to come on here and film a really quick tutorial for you. I know that on my flip through of my domino I got a bunch of questions about how I did the foiling on my monthly tabs, and I just posted a picture of these on my Instagram and on a couple Facebook groups, and I got a bunch of people asking me how I did the foiling. Now I know there are a lot of methods to do this, so I'm just going to show you the method that I use. Currently there's a few machines out there like the Heidi Swapp Mink machine, which can do it if you have not a laser jet or an inkjet printer. I don't have the correct printer. I know that some people do it using their laminator. Now I've tried to do that with my laminator too, and I've been kind of unsuccessful. I don't get as nice of coverage. So I know this isn't the only method, and if you search on YouTube you can find some videos with some other methods, and I'm just going to show you how I do it. And all you need to do what I use for the method I do is I use my Cricut cutting machine. I use some foil for this particular project. I use the Heidi Swapp, the mink foil, which you get a lot for your money here, but there are other options for foil. There's this Deco Foil, which is what I use to do the silver. This comes in a lot of colors. You don't get near as much, but it's about maybe a third the price of the Heidi Swapp unless you get it on sale. So, and then my secret key ingredient that I use is these Silhouette double-sided adhesive sheets. So this is just a sheet. It's kind of like sticker paper, except it is a layer of adhesive between like a sticker paper sheet and a backing. So what I do is I use my Cricut, and I'll show you how I created I'll show you the file I use, and I cut this paper with my Cricut. So here I am going into the Cricut software to show you the file that I use. So this is the Cricut software. It's a web-based software. I don't know if you have a Cricut cutting machine. This is a lot like the Silhouette. So in Design Space, which is the software that I've used to cut on my Cricut, I have created a bunch of projects. This is a list of all my projects. This is the file. It's just the months cut out. So my Cricut seems to not like my Mac, and they don't always talk to each other very well and doesn't always recognize that I have Flash, so we're going to try again. Here we go, into the projects. This is the months that I have cut out. Basically what I did is took the text and welded them together, and I'll show you that in 1 second here. The abbreviated months I've taken and typed them out, and then I took the text and I used a tool called Weld in Cricut, and I welded them together so they were all one piece. You want these to be one piece so that they're easier to apply. Otherwise you'd have to take the letters one by one and apply them, and you'll see in the next couple steps that it's a little bit, can be frustrating. So here we go. And then it looks something like this, and I already did the first 6 months, and then I decided I would show you guys kind of what I do. So once it's cut, this is what it looks like, and I don't know if they kind of show up, you can barely see them. And then I just take the months out of this. This is the hard part, you guys. This is the time-consuming part, and why I don't sell these in my shop is because it takes quite a bit of time and patience, and I'm normally much more of an instant gratification type of person, but I do love the look and I think it's worth it. And I probably would take really nice, sweet custom requests if people asked me and were willing to understand how much time this takes. So once here is July, and you just have to kind of go through here and pull out all of the little center pieces. As you can see, doing this for 12 months would take a good bit of time. And you have to be really careful of these very, very small, like the L here in the July. And because the adhesive is clear, you want to make sure that you have no adhesive left in these openings. So make sure you don't miss it, because the adhesive is what the foil is going to stick to. So here's what it looks like now. I've gotten July all punched out here. And you want the adhesive to stick to the white part of the paper. So you have to very carefully peel off this yellow backing. And I always test because, yeah, the adhesive likes to stick to the yellow part too, so you have to kind of get it just right so that if you know the adhesive is stuck onto the front, otherwise your letters are going to be backwards. So this is where my patience seems to get tested a lot, and hopefully I can get it for you guys on camera. There we go. Oh, no. So you can see why this takes so much time. And you can feel, there we go. You can feel where the adhesive is, so I just kind of stick my finger in there and make sure that the sticky part is on the white part and not on this. Oh no, and I messed that one up. Okay, so I'm going to go to August and I'm going to try and, I'll have to try and redo July here. Because if I stuck that down, obviously my months would be backwards. So let's skip July. Let's try August. So again, just very carefully you're punching this out. If someone has some tips or you guys want to show me how you guys do this, maybe you've worked with these materials before and you have a better way of doing it, I would love to hear it, because it would maybe save me a little bit of time. So I'm just going to punch out August now here. Make sure that So what I'll do is I will just go and recut that file and get my July, since I pulled the backing all the way off and the adhesive was on the wrong side of the paper. Sorry guys, I know this is probably a little boring to watch, but I just want to show you the final step. Okay, so I'm going to try again to peel this. You just have to be super, super careful. Sometimes you can see the adhesive kind of lifting away, and I've gone so far as to, on some files, peel both parts away, which, ask me how that. There we go. So there we go. So now I have August, and I'm just going to stick this right here on my tab and give it a nice rub. You want to make sure that the adhesive adheres to the paper. So now that you've done that, you're just going to peel away the white part. And I don't know if this is even going to show, but there is actually adhesive left behind. Yeah, I don't think it's going to show. So when I take my piece of foil, and I cut the foil usually to size pretty close to what I'm doing, because it's just easier to manage. It's kind of flimsy and it's lightweight, and if it sticks down, you're going to get it in places you don't. It's going to stick anywhere there's adhesive, and this is again why I said you want to make sure make sure there's no adhesive when you peel those pieces of paper, the small ones like in the center of the letters, because then you won't get the opening. So I just put the adhesive down, rub it, and lift, and that's it. And it's not very bulky, because I don't know if you'll be able to see, the adhesive is really thin, so that's why it's kind of hard to work with. But that's it. You just take this sheet here, and you can cut any shape, letters, wording, you name it. Peel off the yellow back, stick it down to where you want your adhesive to stick, and that's it, guys. It's not that hard. It does take time, but the results I think are really pretty, and I hope that was helpful. Now you all know how I did it, and now you know how much time it takes, how much patience it takes.